Welcome to Kilimo Faida TV, your #1 source for the latest, scientifically backed farming tips and advice. I'm Bernard, your host for today. Our topic today is a timely and important one: managing crops during floods. We'll delve into the nutrients that can be most affected and discuss how you can effectively recharge them. We understand the challenges that come with floods and the impact it can have on your crops. And we want to equip you with the knowledge to navigate these challenges and bounce back stronger. We'll also touch upon ways to prevent and manage water logging, an essential aspect of flood recovery. This video is brimming with information that's been meticulously researched and presented in an easy-to-understand manner, so whether you're a seasoned farmer or a newbie, this video has got you covered. Flooding, an unpredictable event that can wreak havoc on your crops. But what exactly does it do, and which nutrients are affected? First, let's dive into the repercussions of flooding on crops. Picture a healthy field of crops, their roots firmly gripping the soil, drinking in the vital nutrients they need. Then, a flood comes. The deluge of water washes away the topsoil, taking with it the essential nutrients that the crops need to thrive. Now you may be wondering, what are these critical nutrients? Well, there are three primary ones: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Each plays a unique role in supporting the growth and health of your crops. Nitrogen, for instance, is like the fuel for your crops. It's crucial for photosynthesis, the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy. Without enough nitrogen, crops can't produce sufficient energy, leading to stunted growth and yellowing leaves. Phosphorus, on the other hand, is the building block for your crops. It's involved in the formation of all oils, sugars, and starches. It's also critical for the development of the plant's complex system of roots, flowers, seeds, and fruit. A deficiency in phosphorus can result in weak, underdeveloped crops with poor yield. Lastly, we have potassium. Think of potassium as the regulator for your crops. It helps manage water balance, aids in photosynthesis, and strengthens the crop's resistance to pests and diseases. Without enough potassium, crops may become more vulnerable to drought, disease, and frost. So, as you can see, flooding washes away these vital nutrients, leaving your crops starved and vulnerable. But it's not just the loss of nutrients that's a problem. The excess water also creates an oxygen-poor environment, making it difficult for the roots to breathe. This can lead to root rot and other diseases, further damaging your crops. Now that we've understood the problem, let's move on to the solutions. Flooding might wash away essential nutrients, but don't worry, recharging them isn't as daunting as it seems. Let's begin with the use of fertilizers. Fertilizers, when used correctly, can replenish lost nutrients and promote healthy crop growth. Nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are the three primary nutrients that plants need in large quantities. Fertilizers containing these nutrients can help restore the balance in the soil. But remember, overuse can lead to nutrient burn, so always follow the recommended dosage. Next up, composting. Composting is a natural and sustainable way to restore nutrients. It involves using organic waste like leaves, kitchen scraps, and grass clippings to enrich the soil. As the materials decompose, they release nutrients back into the soil, improving its fertility and structure. Plus, it's a great way to recycle organic waste. Now, let's talk about crop rotation. This age-old farming practice involves growing different types of crops in the same area in sequenced seasons. The idea is that different crops have different nutrient needs and can replenish the soil with what the previous crops took away. For instance, legumes can fix nitrogen in the soil, which is beneficial for the next crop that might be a heavy nitrogen feeder. Lastly, cover crops. Cover crops, like clover or rye, are planted to protect and enrich the soil. They prevent erosion, improve soil structure, and add organic matter to the soil as they decompose. They also act as a natural fertilizer by taking up nutrients from deeper soil layers and bringing them to the surface. These methods are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they complement each other, and when used together, can help create a nutrient-rich, healthy soil environment for your crops, so don't fret if floods have washed away your soil's nutrients. With a little planning and effort, you can recharge them. With these techniques, you can ensure your soil is nutrient-rich and ready for the next crop. Prevention is always better than cure. Let's talk about how you can avoid waterlogging in your fields. Waterlogging can be detrimental to crops, but there are ways to manage and prevent it. One effective method is improving drainage. Constructing well-planned drainage systems can help remove excess water from the soil, reducing the risk of waterlogging. Another approach is the use of raised beds. By elevating the soil, raised beds can enhance drainage and prevent water from pooling around the roots of your crops. This technique is particularly beneficial for crops that prefer well-drained soil. Apart from these, crop rotation and the use of water-resistant varieties can also be employed. These practices help maintain the health of your crops by minimizing the chances of waterlogging. Remember, a little precaution can save you a lot of trouble and loss. It's all about understanding your land, your crops, and the balance between too much and too little water. That's it for today's episode on managing crops during floods. We've discussed the crucial aspects of understanding the impact of floods on crops, especially the depletion of essential nutrients. As farmers, it's important to be proactive in recharging these nutrients post-flood. We've also delved into the prevention and management of waterlogging, a common challenge during flooding. Remember, the success of your crops, even in the face of floods, lies in your hands. Your efforts to manage nutrients and prevent waterlogging can make a significant difference. These strategies not only safeguard the health of your crops, but also ensure a good yield. Knowledge is power, and as you continue to learn and adapt, you'll become a stronger, more resilient farmer. Thanks for watching Kilimo Faida TV. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest farming tips and advice. I'm Bernard, signing off. Happy farming!